Hi guys, Adam here. I'm around the corner from Old Trafford at Sam Platt. I'm with Stephen, Russ, Webby and Adam Sweeney as well. It's Manchester United have just beaten Swansea 2-1, but we're here to have a little chat about the manager. Obviously, the victory today, some may say it's papering over the cracks. Some may say it's an end of the bad run and a start of hopefully what is to be a good run. I'll come to you first, Howson. What did you make of it today?
But do you know what? I was buzzing an hour ago when I came out of the ground and I wasn't piss wet through. That's killed me a little bit in the last hour, if I'm honest. I had a word with Webby a minute ago and I know exactly what he's going to say. He's going to say it's papering over the cracks, and there's an element of that big time. But 3 points is 3 points, and that's all that matters. What's sickening is in that 8-game run, we didn't really lose. We lost around about a point a week, really, in terms of the pace of what Leicester and Arsenal and City have been setting. We're 9 points off with the abuse that the managers had, with the abuse that United have had, with the fucking relentless shit that we've had for the last 2 months. We're still in a fight.
But without looking at other teams' points tallies and without looking at where we are in the table, performances matter. Results matter, of course, as you say. But are you seeing anything different from Louis van Gaal today against Chelsea, which suggests he may be starting to change things a little bit?
No, I don't think there's anything different. There's nothing different from Chelsea. As I said in the live earlier, the Chelsea performance, there was not much different from many of the other home games that we've had at the start of the season. It's pressure, pressure, pressure from us. No final ball. Tons of shots, but nothing clinical. And today, it just went in. A couple of chances went in. We took the chance. We got the 3 points, and that's all that has been lacking. We could have done this 5 or 6 times during that run of 8 games not winning, especially in the draws. We could have just put that one chance away, and things would have looked so much different. We could be 10 points ahead of where we are now, first place in the league, without even breaking sweat.
Unfortunately, we're not. Webby, what have you made? I'll come to you next, Russ. What did you make of that?
Like you said, a win's a win. We needed a win, but it's still not right, mate. The first 10 minutes looked good. I went in today, I admit it. It's my second home. I can't stay away. I made the decision I wasn't going to go in, but I've got to go in because I love the place. But he's still making some stupid decisions, like the formation today. You need a Ouija board to work him out sometimes, mate. I tell you. And then you put second half. Obviously, the fraud's gone off. Phil Jones again. Absolute fraud of a man. That's it now. You probably see in February when it's a bit sunny. Wasn't a fancy, probably injured again, broke a toenail. So obviously he's put Darmian at right back, which he's a right back. He's put Young on the right. Mint Cross 1-0. What does he do 5 minutes later? They make a sub, he puts him back at full back. Now, come on. Like, young people love him or hate him, but he does a job for you. You know what I mean? You know what you get with Young, he'll graft for you. He's not the greatest. He'll graft for you. And people are having a go at him, then they put him back at full back. And I just think some of his decisions are strange, mate. And will it get better? No, because he won't change in his ways. Now, would you trust him spending a few more quid? I wouldn't personally, because I think he's wasted a few quid. You know what I mean? We've got that Januzaj, he should never have went. At least he runs it. I've been seeing people run at him. Martial on the left again. Put him down the middle. That's where he is. He's a centre forward. He's not a wide player. Put him down the middle. Thought Rooney had a better game today. Obviously, his goal was a great goal. I was behind it. Flick, great goal, but just play the players in the right position. That's all we ask. And we, like Steve said, we might be second in the league if you did that.
Ross, where do you stand? I've never spoken to you on it before.
No, I'm Webby's dad.
I'm
Webby's dad.
Boy.
Brother from another mother.
Where
I stand right next to you, really. That's where I stand.
At the moment. But on the Louis van Gaal situation?
Well, the Louis van Gaal situation, I 100% agree with Webby and the previous lad there. My slant on it is there's too many players out of position. And then when he makes a substitution to try and put it right, to make one substitution, there's another 4 and 5 positional changes. That, there's too many players out of position. Yeah, we need signings, but then you've got to look at who's available, what they're going to cost. But basically, I think he needs to get back to the basics and start and keep a level back four, a consistent back four, instead of swapping it about.
I just thought today, well, not just today, last 3 or 4 matches, it's affected like Smalling. Smalling looks shaky again. Is that because he's too scared? Is he gets the pressure on him? Is it not because we're winning?
4 different partners. It's a bit
I
difficult anyway,
I understand what you're saying, but some of those options he could have made better than managing himself by playing like Jones on the bench. If you're going to play Jones, play him from the start and keep him in. Don't keep changing it. And Blind is not a full-back for me. If I'm in, I've said to Russ before, if I'm a position manager, I'm going to have my fastest player on the wing. That's no disrespect to him, but he's not a fullback. And a few times he got caught again today by a pacey winger. Let's play. What is his best position? Centre half, centre mid. You need people like Blin, like O'Shea. People used to slag O'Shea for me. O'Shea was colossal. He'd play everywhere for you, even when he nets at Spurs, didn't he? You need players like that. But the squad's not big enough, mate. Are we going to give him money to spend? We need to make the squad bigger. And like you're saying, a few results go our way, we could be in the second or third again, so. But I just can't see it with
United way, though. We're not playing like United. It's painful to watch, as somebody quoted in the press. Painful, so methodical. Schweinsteiger 10 years ago, top player, still a good footballer, but too slow. Carrick, too slow. We've got no guidance in midfield, so therefore there's no goals going in because the quality of cross is not coming in. Every now and then you get a chance and we're scuffing it. Fellaini has scuffed a few, but it's still not the quality balls. The only quality balls are coming in from Ashley Young, so why is he at full-back?
I feel Louis van Gaal as well, playing a very continental way of playing in the Premier League. People say, Premier League, what's it best known for? Down the years, pace, power, speed, strength, goals. We're lacking all of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, listen, we can listen. I think you're completely right about the United way of playing, but you can forget that a little bit. Look at today. Look at what worked. Someone getting in behind, whether you call that the United way or not, it's the way that worked. It's what got United goals today. It's what's got United goals in the past. Someone getting in behind, putting a ball in, someone finishing it off. So often, we see someone on the outside, of a fullback, willing to go past. But there's no one else that's there either to sit deep or run past them, and you don't break anybody up. There's no movement.
Is that not the problem then, that it's far too organised?
Yeah, a little bit. Look at what Leicester are doing. Look at what Crystal Palace are doing. Look at what West Ham are doing. Stoke are doing. We shouldn't be aspiring to be those kinds of teams, but at the minute they're the ones that are playing fearless football. They're playing with pace. They're not 2-0 up and worried that they're going to get caught on the break. They're going for it. They're winning games. And at the moment, the changes, the lad's got it spot on. As soon as you go 1-0 up, you then change it, rotate it. Everyone moves around. It's like some big puzzle that changes. And then we don't know where we're at again. So as soon as you get a rhythm, as soon as you're on top of Swansea know then that they can come back into the game. Because they know that the side has changed, everyone's uncomfortable, and there's opportunities there. And it makes it really difficult to watch as well.
Do we back Louis van Gaal with the January window? Steve, give us a sentence on that before we finish.
I think we are going to back him. He's the bottom and top line. Whether we should or we shouldn't, there's 5 of us here. I bet there's 5 totally different opinions, really, in the grand scheme of things. But we are probably going to back him. We've got a bit of a confidence booster next week against Sheffield United. But in the meantime, I reckon... Well, I hope it is. I hope it is. It might not be. In the meantime, they're going to back him because, like Webby said, we need... The one thing that I do put at Louis van Gaal's feet is that he... probably allowed too many players to go in the summer without bringing anybody in. The players out of position is a needs-must thing, but if we brought in a winger, there's a lot of talk of that Philip Anderson, there's a lot of talk of Mane sticking a transfer request in now. Either of those two lads who are a proper out-and-out winger, banging balls into the box, like Sweeney said, and you're going to see a little bit of a different United.
What about Ibrahimovic?
Yeah, but we've got a winger over in Germany. Should never have went, that young kid. You know what I mean? What's that? He gets Giggs' shirt and then we flog him off to Germany. What's that going to do for his confidence? You know what I mean? It's just a few strange decisions by the manager, like Steve said. Got rid of too many players. We never replaced him. Didn't replace anyone. We lost. He didn't fancy Hernandez. I said to you the other week, I wasn't one of his greatest fans, but keep him because he's liable to score you a goal. He misses a penalty at Bruges. He goes onto the bench. The manager's laughing. We sell him a day later. Absolute joke, and it's his own fault.
So do we give him the window to sort this out then, or?
Personally, I wouldn't trust him melting ice with dough, but he's got to do because Woodward shouldn't be at the club. He's got no bottle. He's got no bottle at all. He's not even a football man, mate. And he's got the main say in the biggest club in the world, and he's got no balls. He should have went. The manager should have went after Stoke, and then I didn't go to Stoke, as you know, because I was in the canal. And he blamed it on the wind. He blamed it on the wind at Stoke that we lost the goal because of the wind. Come on, Louis.
The pressure it was.
Yeah,
The pressure.
well,
Yeah, call that. Well, I don't think we've got a choice. It's got to happen now, hasn't it? It's got to happen. He's there. He's staying there, I'm afraid.
Adam, wrap it up for me. Try and end it with some positive.
It's tough. It's tough, isn't it? No. Do you know what? I think it's all about circumstances, and some people might not want Mourinho. So but you've got an option now. At the end of the day, he's here for another 18 months. Okay, if you back him, that's great. But in 18 months' time, after his 3 years, you're going to have to do something and bring someone else in, or let Giggs have that opportunity. So if there's opportunity to bring a good manager in now, if it is Mourinho, if it is someone like a Simeone, which isn't likely, but it's possible, or you look at Mark Hughes, Alan Pardew, people like that, you've got an opportunity to do that now. Or you wait and ride it. Normally you'd want to back a manager for 5-10 years, but you can't because he's leaving anyway. So they have to make a decision. They either back him completely and say, listen, we've got him now for the 18 months, he can have the windows, he can do what he wants, or you make a decision now. If you kind of waver and let it go on into the summer, you lose the men you could bring in.
No more dilly-dallying, please. Anyway, guys, let us know. That's in the transfer market and with our decision-making at the very top level, I believe, as well. That's been a big problem. I was about to wrap up then, but then I started going on a little rant. Anyway, guys, before I go on a rant, get your comments in below. Let us know what you think. Make sure you subscribe to Full Time Devils. Like, share, you know the drill. See you later.